Hello and welcome to the Mental Resurrection, Unleashing the Mental Alchemist Within. This is your host, Issachar Bey. I am the Senior Director and also I am the founder of the Temple of Enlightenment International Spiritual Center. And we are excited about you joining us today. We're going up another notch. We're going up to another level today, and we're excited about you being a part of this teaching for today. If this is your first time, please let us know what city and state you're listening in from. Also, if you could like, share, and also subscribe if you haven't done so already. We are excited about all of you guys who are getting the word out, who are sharing the teaching and sharing it and putting it out. And so we are extremely excited about that. I hope that you guys had a wonderful week. As we get ready to go into this next dimension, this next level, it's very imperative that we stay connected to the divine, that we stay centered in every opportunity that we have before us, for we are the architects of our own universe. We are the masters of our own universe, and we have the ability to create, to shape, and to mold our own reality. And because of that, I'm forever grateful. And I want to thank you guys, let you guys know that we do not take it for granted. You guys tuning in with us every week. I'm getting emails, the feedbacks, the comments that you guys are leaving. And so we are excited about that. I want to, before we get started, I want to, like as we always say, make sure that everybody is not just being a hearer of the word, of the teaching, but also being a doer, applying this knowledge, this wisdom, these insights, apply them to your life so that you can have the greatest amount of success, the greatest amount of you being able to manifest and bring into position the very things that you want to manifest. And so we are definitely excited about you all today. I want to before we get started, let's get into our spiritual mind treatment. You can just close your eyes and just meditate and lock in with me as we go through this spiritual mind treatment to get ourselves centered, to get ourselves in alignment with what we're going to be learning today. Take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Again, take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. In the realm of infinite possibilities, I recognize and affirm the presence of the divine intelligence that flows through all aspects of creation. This divine intelligence is the source of all life and is constantly seeking to express itself in its highest form. Today, I align my consciousness with the concept of the second level of mental ascension, which represents harmony, balance, and partnership. It signifies the union of dualities and the power of collaboration. I acknowledge that mental ascension is the process of raising my thoughts and consciousness to a higher level of understanding and awareness. It is a journey of expanding my mind and aligning myself with the divine wisdom that flows through me. I embrace the qualities of harmony and balance as I embark on this journey of mental ascension. I release any thoughts of duality, of separation, knowing that all aspects of my being are interconnected and in perfect harmony. I recognize that my thoughts and beliefs shape my reality, and I choose to cultivate my thoughts of unity, cooperation, and collaboration. I affirm that I am open and receptive to the divine guidance and inspiration that comes through partnerships and connections with others. I recognize that as I emerge in meaningful interactions and collaborations, my mental ascension is enhanced. I am willing to learn from others and share my wisdom and to co-create a reality that is aligned with the highest good of all. I embrace the power of balance in my mental ascension journey. I recognize that balance is essential for maintaining a healthy and a harmonious state of mind. I seek to find equilibrium in all areas of my life, balance in work and rest, giving and receiving, and all social interactions. I affirm that as I align my thoughts and consciousness with the qualities of harmony, balance, and partnership, I am elevating my mental state. I'm expanding my understanding of myself and the world around me. I am opening myself to new insights and perspectives that lead to my mental ascension. I am grateful for the wisdom and the teachings that I have encountered thus far, for they offer me a deep understanding of energetic vibrations that influence my life. I release this spiritual mind treatment into the universal law, knowing that it's already done. I trust that as I continue to embrace harmony, balance, and partnership in my mental ascension journey, I will experience a greater sense of alignment, growth, and fulfillment. And so it is, and so it is. Thank you all for tuning in to our Mental Resurrection series. When we talk about mental resurrection, we are awakening our minds and we are moving and shifting our level of consciousness to a higher level, to a higher degree. And we know that as we elevate our level of consciousness, we are also expanding and we also are elevating our lives. We talked a little bit about this last week, about those who want to upgrade, those that want to see their life change. You are the change that you seek. You are the change that you seek. For the only change that I can experience is the change within me. And so we are extremely excited that you guys are tuning in. If this is your first time here, my name is Issachar Bey, once again, and I am the spiritual director and also the founder of the Temple of Enlightenment International Spiritual Center. You can look in the description, and there's a variety of different things that we offer, different services, and so you can definitely get acquainted with us. There's our email address, our mailing address, everything that we have. If you guys want to contact us, please feel free at any given time. Our doors are always open, and we appreciate you for being a part of this community. For the next weeks remaining before us, I'm going to be teaching on the 9 secret levels of mental ascension. We got into number 1 last week, and today we're going to be moving into level number 2. This level is a very interesting level. Those of you that are listening, if you could type level 2 of mental ascension. We're going up to level 2. Mental ascension when I hear the words mental ascension, something in me leaps, something in me begins to get excited. Something in me begins to um, embrace those words. The reason being is when I hear the word mental ascension, it's almost as if it's almost as if I'm getting ready to move and begin to shift into something so much greater than what is now. When we talk about entering into level 2 of mental ascension, let's take, for instance, that we are going in an elevator. We're now on the second floor. On this floor, in the secret levels of mental ascension of your mind, we're going to stop the elevator at level 2 today. The first thing when I get off level 2, when I get on this level of mental ascension on the second floor, on the second level, the first thing that comes into my mind is balance and harmony. Balance, on this level, you're dealing with the ability to embrace your balance. Now, when we talk about balance, what I found very interesting is that in the balance, your balance is how well can you stay focused. Listen to this. How well can you stay focused and maintain the balance of operating on a mental level without allowing yourself to shift? See, when you get to the second level, this is a very intricate level because this is one of the levels that you definitely need to shut out the five senses. This is not the level of where you want to be trying to balance the physical reality and the spiritual reality. This is one of those levels where you want to be connected on the spiritual plane, having the balance to not allow yourself to fall, but maintaining the balance, maintaining that balance that's needed. Because in that balance, you will find that the balance begins to allow you to have structure. Now, harmony is how you are able to cultivate your emotions, your psychological ramifications, your emotional ramifications, how you're able to take your thoughts, your beliefs, your perspectives, and how to blend them, listen to this, so that they become in sync, in oneness. Now, just with what I just said, that's heavy because everybody who's listening, you have a different perspective. We all have different beliefs. We all have different emotions. Our psychological levels are different. And if we are now on level 2, we're talking about balance and harmony, we have to begin to operate in oneness. So I can't have my emotions and my insight and my perspectives be all over the place. I have to be able to bring in and harmonize my beliefs, harmonize my emotions. Now, level 2 is an emotional floor. It is an emotional level. And what I mean by that is this is the floor, this is the level where you want to tap into your emotional level, your emotional self. This is the level of not being afraid to tap into your emotions, because it is in your emotions where you're going to learn and begin to find the harmony and balance that you need. This is a very emotional level. But understand how powerful it is because your emotions allow you to tap into your fulfillment. Because your emotions give you the ability to control how you feel, your feeling nature. See, when you feel successful, you begin to magnetize successful. You magnetize success. When you feel abundant, you magnetize abundance. When you feel like nothing in the world can stop you, nothing in the world can get in your way, nobody, nothing, no one can stop you from being, doing, and having whatever it is that you want, guess what? Your emotions gives you the ability to have the fulfillment, because it is the feeling nature that gets you to that place. This second level is the foundational level. When you open the doors and begin to enter into level 2 of the mental ascension, we're on the level of tapping into your emotions. Your emotions is what gives you the opportunity to be able to deal with the subconscious mind, to be able to deal with the conscious mind, to be able to blend, listen to this, harmonize the conscious, the subconscious mind. Now, listen, the number 2, as we talked about in our spiritual mind treatment, talked about partnership, and it talked about duality. Now, listen, on this level, you're going to learn how to partner with the divine mind, how to partner with source. Yes, on this level, you're going to learn how to connect with divine mind, how to connect with it and partner with it. Co-creator, we're going to connect, because what happens here is that I'm in a position now where I don't want to find myself being in an unbalanced situation. I don't want to be unbalanced. Listen to me and hear me good. Everything that happens in your physical reality is a reflection of what happens on the inside. So right now we're on level 2. We're actually looking in the mirror. If your life is full of unbalanced, if your life is full of chaos, it's an emotional wreck, it's all over the place, it's a direct indication that things are the same way on the inside. And so if we're going to have balance and harmony, those that are listening, please type in the chat. Please type in balance and harmony. Balance is the ability for me to balance. Now listen to this. This gets deep. I love this so much. Oh God, I love this. The second level of, or so I say level 2 of the secret mental ascension, is connected to the tarot card, the High Priestess. And on the card, those of you that may want to pull that card, you'll see 2 pillars on each side of the High Priestess. Those pillars represent strength and establishment, the balance. And then you see the B and the J, which is Boaz and Jachin, right? Strength and establish. He will establish. What happens here is the balance. In my level 2, I want to maintain balance. Listen to me, hear me good. Level 2 has nothing to do with the physical ramifications. Nothing. There's nothing. We are not thinking about anything physical. We're not looking for physical things. Everything we're connecting with on this level is of divine mind. It's of source. We are connecting with our emotions. We are tapping into our intuitive abilities. The level 2 floor is it could be called the level of of tapping into your intuition. It could be called the level of intuition. In this level 2 of intuition, your intuition is the ability for you to lock in with divine mind and with source. I've always said that your intuition is a GPS system. It will never lead you astray, and it would always put you in the right place at the right time, doing the right things in the right environment. The intuition is very strong because it deals with the emotional level. It deals with your ability to tap into your intuition. You know how, it almost, it gives you that transcendental, it gives you that clairvoyance, it gives you that ability to see, the seership. This is the level where we deal with things on the spiritual connotation. Level 2 deals with the ability of me finding balance, which means that on level 2, I'm balanced. I'm not allowing myself to be tossed and fro to think about the physical ramifications at this time. At this time, I maintain my balance. I understand of maintaining strength and establishment. I understand, and I also understand that it's imperative that I learn how to harmonize my thoughts, my emotions, my insights, my beliefs, my perspectives. Because in harmonizing, I am bringing them into a level of oneness. How many of us have ever heard singers that have sung in harmony and they sound like angels? They sound, even though you can hear the different octaves, but they sing it in the level of oneness, and they're all on one accord. There is no separation between you and divine mind. There's no separation between you and source. And there is no separation between you and your intention, your intuition. Your intuition is one of the most important things that you have. It is one of the most important powers that you have, your intuition, the feeling that something is not right, the feeling that, you know what, I got up one day and something told me to call my Aunt Mary, only to find out that it was a devastating tragedy that had happened, or I was able to save somebody by this person came to me maybe in a dream, or this person came to me while I was sitting at the breakfast table, and so I intuitively called them. I intuitively connected with them because I'm in the place now. Because listen, all of these things are going to be imperative in order for you to become a mental alchemist. In order for you to become the master mental alchemist, you have to be able to master the balance and harmony of your thoughts. You have to learn how to control your thoughts. You have to learn how to control your feelings and emotions. You can't allow things on the outside of you to get you emotionally connected. You can't allow somebody outside of you to get you out of sync, to get you off balance, to allow you to focus more on the physical ramifications than the mental, because we know how the game plays. We know how the game of life is played. The game of life is played from the inside out, not from the outside in. So we know how to play the game. We know what the rules are, but now it's time to put the work in. Because balancing and having the harmony, these things don't happen overnight. It takes time to be able to condition yourself to not be so connected to the physical world. It takes time to condition yourself to be able to find the harmony in your thoughts and your beliefs. It takes time for you to be able to utilize and connect with your intuition. Listen, the second level is about connections. It's about partnerships. You want to partner with divine mind. You want to partner with source. You always want to stay connected. Type in the chat, stay connected. Never let anything or anybody separate you from divine mind, from source. Never let anybody or anything separate you. Always stay connected. I think that when you understand how powerful your inner peace really is, there's a level of stability that is within you then that's greater than outside of you. See, somebody listening to this right now may be saying, my life is in shambles. My life is turned upside down and I need stability. And I understand that. Stability is not me giving you money. Stability is not giving you a place to live. Stability actually is you tapping into divine mind and source, because the only stability you will ever get is the stability that comes from within. The only security that you're ever going to receive in life is the security from within. You're going to get it on level 2. You're going to tap into it. Because security is not based on the job. Security is not based on me having a few dollars in the bank. Security is not based on the fact that I have quite a few stocks and my stock portfolio is doing pretty good, and I have a universal life policy. I'm infinite banking. I'm invested in real estate. I have a lot of different things. That's not security. Those are byproducts of security. Those are byproducts. Because let me ask you a question. What happens tomorrow if you wake up and the whole world is shut down because of no power, no internet? We watched the movie Leave the World Behind. So I can't touch my stocks. I can't touch the real estate. I can't touch my universal life policy. I can't touch those things. So what happens now? Your stability and your security comes from divine source. It comes from the universal presence within. You staying connected to that is really what gives you security. A lot of us think that our job is our security. And then if you lose your job, you feel like your world is over. No. Your security comes from within. You are your own security. You should never let anything outside of you give you security. When I do consultations and I sit down and talk to people, I found out that the people who had the roughest life, who've had so much turmoil, so many challenges in life, they become the most successful people because they had to jump over hurdles. The challenges, they didn't just fall down to the challenges, but they stepped up to the challenge. But what happens is challenges are not supposed to paralyze you. They're supposed to make you stronger and help you grow and bring out of you the next level of who you are in the moment. And so you have to realize that your life is inside of you. And what you're doing is you're creating the masterpiece within so that you can now begin to paint it so that it now starts to show in your physical reality. And people will say, listen, how did he do that? How did she do that? Because she would have known that he or she would have known that my security comes from within. I'm able to create. I'm a creator. And because you are a creator, you can always create your own reality. You can always create it. No matter where you go. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Left New York City and moved to Las Vegas. Went to Las Vegas, started the Temple of Enlightenment. Begin to connect with Awakening Light, with Reverend Israel. Begin to connect with other organizations. Begin to do things. And then then I left Vegas and went to San Antonio. When I came to San Antonio, it's still me. I'm still able to create no matter where I am, no matter what the dynamic is, because my security and my stability does not come from the outside. It comes within. Listen, we're on level 2. At level 2, you want to realize and write this down: stability and security. Those are the 2 pillars that everybody needs to embrace. Because define what security is to you. I think that we are so connected to physical, what we think is physical security. The money in the bank, the cars, the house, those are byproducts of what you may want to call security, but they're not security. The security is connected within you. Because guess what? You are securing your thoughts. You are securing your beliefs. You are securing your perspective. You are securing your insight. You are learning how to harmonize those together with your emotions, with your intuition. You're learning how to balance yourself to not be so committed to the physical realm, but learning how to balance yourself. Now, listen, I'm not telling anybody that you're not supposed to connect with the physical, because we are spiritual beings having a human experience. But what I'm saying is, you don't want to be so earthly minded that you're no heavenly good. You don't want to be too spiritually minded that you're no earthly good. You want to find balance. But on level 2, there is no physicality. There's no physicality in here. We're not dealing with anything on the practical, physical ramifications. Everything on level 2 is spiritual. You want to find stability in your life on this Sunday in 2024? You're going to have to find stability within. Have stability in your thoughts. Have stability in your concepts, in your emotions. Those are the things that give you stability. And on top of that, connecting to your intuition, connecting and partnering with divine mind and source will allow you to find the ways of how to demonstrate the stability and the security that one desires. Your intuition plays such a significant role in mental ascension. Listen, this is a very interesting level that we're on. So much, I probably could do 2 weeks on this. But in the level 2 secrets of mental ascension, this is also the level where we deal with healing. Healing would be health, as they say now, is the new wealth. But this is the place where you would tap into the healing of every aspect of your body. I didn't have time to do it today, but I am going to do a healing meditation where we're going to go through every part of our body and begin to meditate on it and heal it. What happens is your healing nature, the ability to heal. So listen to me, anybody that's listening now, and there's a condition that maybe you have been told or you have been notified by a doctor, or maybe somebody in your family is ill, this is the level where you want to tap in. You want to tap into your intuition. You want to tap in and become partners with divine mind and spirit, because you want to tap in. This is the level of tapping into healing. Everybody has the power to heal. You can't be a mental alchemist and not know how to heal. Healing is in your nature. Healing is your divine birthright. And so if I'm going to find a place where I'm going to learn how to embrace my healing, I want to heal my mind. I want to heal my thoughts. I want to heal everything about me. Listen, they say that a thought that cannot express itself and be fully free to express, it gets stagnant, it gets bombarded, it gets enclosed, and it can't function in the way that it does. And they say that what happens is it causes dis-ease. How many of you know that that the majority of the sicknesses and illnesses that we all partake of start from the inward man? It starts on a spiritual level. So if at this level of 2 that we're on, I have the ability to tap into the healer in me and begin to try to heal some things in my mind. Heal some things. Do you know that every part of your body there's a metaphysical meaning to every part of the body? If there's problems with your legs, if there's problem with your arms, if there's problem with your eyes, there's a spiritual connotation for every aspect. And I think I'm going to put this together. We're going to get into this, but tap into the healer in you. Because by tapping into the healer, not only am I healing myself, but I'm a healer to those that are in my community, those that are in my family, those that are connected to me. Remember, everything that we're doing on this level 2, each one, you're still operating in your own element, whatever your element is. And if you're just listening to this for the first time, you may want to go back to a couple of weeks ago. We talked about the elements and listen to that particular teaching where we got into the elements, where you can find out what your element is. But you always want to make sure you connect with your element. Now, one of the greatest things, if not the most important thing that we're going to get out of this level, it's going to be patience. Now, for me, I'm a very impatient person. When I go to the stores, if there's a long line, sometimes I just put the stuff down and just walk out. I do not like standing on lines. I do not like, as a matter of fact, when somebody's telling me a story, I'm the kind of person that's just like, just tell me exactly what happened. I don't need the whole setup, what they had on, what time of day it was, what city was it. I don't need the whole setup behind the backstory. Just tell me what happened. I'm very impatient. So for me, this level is very challenging. It's very good for me because as somebody who's an impatient person, I know that patience is a virtue. And it's very important because patience will allow me to really embrace everything that's happening on this level. It'll give me the discipline to not be impatient of how to wait. But while I'm waiting, I'm working. I'm not just sitting down waiting saying, oh, I got to wait. I got to be patient. This may not happen right now. But no, while I'm being patient, I'm connecting. I'm harmonizing my emotions and my perspectives and my beliefs and my insights. I'm working out the balance of establishing my strength and establishment. I'm working to the point where I'm learning how to embrace the healer in me. And so patience gives me that. Patience gives me the ability to take my time and realize that this is a journey. We're not trying to do it overnight. We're not trying to be a microwave community, but we're taking the journey, and the journey is the most important aspect of this. The journey. It is the most important aspect of you finding yourself and beginning to learn who you are and to become the person that you've always wanted to become the best version of yourself. To become the best version of yourself. And so it allows us to find the connection to allowing patience to deal with us. Patience doesn't allow, doesn't make you do things quickly. Patience gives you the time to look at the details, to really get your strategies and your systems together. Patience allows you to make sure and to understand what it is that you're doing. You're not rushing. You're not missing anything. You're not creating mistakes because you're operating out of patience. Patience is extremely important in this. You know, we live in a time where everybody wants everything to happen so fast, so quickly. And I myself am on the front line of that because as a very impatient person, but I am learning how to have patience, how to allow myself to relax and begin to move in a way that I don't have to have things right away. I don't have to have things speeding, but allow myself to operate within the rhythm of how things are moving. And so it gives us that ability. I think that having a sense of knowing that you're not alone. This is the level where you're connecting with so many different things. You know, it's almost as if you are outside looking in on the second level because you're realizing what your perspectives are. You're realizing what your insight is, what your emotional levels are. What are you very emotional about? What is the thing that really gets you upset? What is the thing that makes you happy? What is the thing that makes you mad? These are questions that you need to know. What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What makes you extremely grateful? What makes you angry? What makes you feel maybe disrespected or discounted? What makes you feel maybe that you're maybe inferior or that you don't fit in or that maybe, you know, all these different things on the emotional level, because once you know and can look at these things, now we can go in and put the work in to begin to change. But these things take time, but you got to put the work in. If you work, it works. If you work it, it works. I think that when we look at this second level, it allows us to look at the understanding of a relationship. This is also the level of relationship, right? Of relationship, of knowing who you are. This is a level of influence, of being able to influence yourself. Nobody or no thing should be able to do for you what you can't do for yourself. You ought to know how to make yourself happy. You ought to know how to make yourself smile. You ought to know how to make yourself feel good. You ought to know how to make yourself rejoice, be glad, right? when we start dealing with relationships to relate, how do I relate to divine mind? How do I relate to source? How do I relate to my emotions? How do I relate to my belief system? How do I relate? Relationships are everything. Listen, you meet nobody in this world but you. So everybody in your inner circle, everybody that's in your world is a direct, I would say direct, a direct link to you, which means that you are looking at, when you look at them, you're looking at yourself. You should see yourself in them. And if there's somebody in your life, in your world right now that you feel should not be there, you have the ability to remove them. How do you remove them? You remove them by going within. Listen, this is the secret. You never make a change on the outside. All changes are made from within. All changes are made from within. I remember one time when I first moved to San Antonio, there was a metaphysical bookstore, and I began teaching out of my book, The Art of Manifestation, 6 Keys to Mastering the Game of Life. And what I found very interesting is that every Monday night, I would teach this class. I would teach out of the book. And I had a lot of people coming in. The majority of the class was going through a divorce. The majority of the people in the class were going through a divorce. And one of the gentlemen had came to me after the class, and he was talking about a situation. And he was saying that he was having a difficult time, and, you know, he was trying to get his wife to change. And, you know, she was doing a lot of things to try to, you know, control, to get him emotionally riled up, to, you know, get him to act outside of his character, all those things like that. But what I told him was that you don't never have to change your wife. Never attempt to change anybody. Never attempt to make changes on the outside. You always want to make the change within yourself. If you make the change within you, then everything outside of yourself has to change. Why? Because you are a mirror. As within, so without. I don't have to try to change. You don't have to try to change your child. You don't have to try to change your spouse. You make the change within you, and you will see how things begin to change on the outside. You'll see how things begin to change on the outside. I think that this level allows you to dealing with inner conflicts, maybe cultivating a mindset of acceptance, and approaching challenges now, because you realize that, you know, you in your pursuit of stability and security, you're going to deal with the inner conflicts. You're going to deal with the challenges. See, sometimes life is going to deal with you in so many different ways. Remember, it's a mirror now. So a lot of times in life, things will happen to you in the physical realm, and it will mess you up sometimes because it happened to you in the physical realm. You try to deal with it in the physical realm when you're supposed to deal with it on the spiritual realm. Never deal with a problem or a situation at the level that it came to you on, but you want to ascend. You want to raise your level of consciousness so that you can deal with it at a level where you're able to take care of it and begin to systematically bring the solution into place. I think that your healing towards yourself can move into so many different aspects. There's somebody listening right now that could have financial issues. And do you know that your financial issues are not about getting another job? They're not about you playing the lotto every day trying to win. It's not about you going to the casino, gambling, hoping that you can hit the big one. But the financial changes that you want to see happening and maybe the level of finances that you want to accumulate all start from within. It starts with everything we talked about today. The level 2 is that place to tap in. It's the place to tap in, to begin to harmonize and get the balance, that security and stability that you need. That financial stability and that financial security that you need starts from within. Why? Because once you are able to connect and begin to get the stability and the security that you need, no matter what happens in the physical world, you can always tap back into that stability and spiritual security that you need. It's a game changer. It's the secret of life. It's the secret of life. Being able to tap into that, it's where it's at. I think that when you are entering on this level that we're on now, there's so many different aspects. That's why patience is so important on this level. We're dealing with balance and harmony, intuition. We're dealing with cooperation, peace. We're dealing with consideration. We're dealing with the ability to be sympathetic. Also, forgiveness. Forgiveness is big because a lot of us haven't forgiven ourselves. Do you know that a lot of illnesses are actually released and no longer seen after a person has let go of and forgiven? There's such a power in forgiveness. And so when you are able to really connect on that level and begin to really heal yourself from whatever ailments, everybody must look themselves in the mirror. Everybody knows who they are. Now, in the physical world, we wear masks. We don't want people to really know what we're dealing with. We don't want people to really know that our lives may not be all that we may be souping it up to be. But at the same time, I'm an inside person. Always is and always will be. I don't care what outside looks like. Inside is going to be right. It's going to be tight and it's going to be right. We see so many relationships that look wonderful on TV and they have the award shows and they look so fabulous together. They dressed up and they look wonderful. And then they get home, they're sleeping in separate rooms. They're not even talking to each other. You got to make sure that the inside is right all the time. Inside out, not outside in. You want to make sure that your inside, your home, your house, the inside, you want to make sure that that's correct because that's everything. That's where everything is on the inside. It's where everything is. I'm tapping into this level of awareness, this level of me finding balance, but also dealing with insecurities. Because see, you have to be happy with you. You have to be satisfied with you. If you're going to be the best version of yourself, whatever insecurities you have, you need to deal with them. Maybe you feel like you're overweight. Maybe you don't feel like, you know, you don't like the way you look. You don't like the way you feel. Those are things that you have to change within. Nobody can change them but you. I was a person that I know was overweight, and they were going to get the gastro bypass surgery. And I'm not a component of surgery. I don't believe in getting surgery. And I went with this person, and you go and they had them do psychological tests. They had them go through all of these different tests. And I said to them, you're going to go and have this surgery because you want to look better, and you think that by them doing this surgery and you're going to be so much slim that it's going to change your world, that it's going to change the way you feel about yourself, that it's going to change the outlook on life. Everything is just going to be so much better because you're slimmer now. And I told the person that you're doing this the wrong way. You getting the surgery is not going to change anything at all. The only thing that's going to change is that you might not be able to eat as much as you used to. That's it. But if you really want to change the dynamics of yourself, you must do it from within. You got to go to level 2. So the person gets the surgery. Sure enough, they lose a lot of weight. They look phenomenal. Everybody's like, oh my God, they look good, they look great, they look amazing, so forth. What happens? This person goes into depression. But wait a minute, you said you were getting the surgery because it would make you feel better, life would be phenomenal. What happened? Nothing happened. So because you made the change on the outside, you figured that life would change, and life didn't change. Life began to life. And so what happens now, this person begins to start drinking, this person, and starts to spiral out of control. Why? Stability and security come from within, people. When you make changes on the outside, those changes will not be the changes that you think they are. Those are temporary fixes. And in most cases, they're not even temporary. They're not even that. You got to work from within. This person thought that by getting the gastro bypass surgery and them losing all the weight would make them feel great, would make them feel wonderful. But it didn't. Your feeling nature is on the inside. So, yes, you were able to change yourself on the physical ramification, but it didn't change anything on the inside. The same way you felt before you got the surgery is the same way you feel now. Guess what? Because everybody's telling you, you look phenomenal, you look great, but what are you telling yourself? Did you feel phenomenal? Did you feel great? You didn't feel phenomenal and great before the surgery, so you're not going to feel phenomenal and great after. Nothing changed. We're on level 2 today, people. We got to start making the changes from within. There's no mistakes in life. There's no accidents. Nobody accidentally becomes a millionaire. Nobody becomes a millionaire by accident. Nobody becomes a millionaire. Nobody becomes successful by accident. They just tripped over and fell into success. It doesn't happen that way. Life gives man what he first gives himself. There's no accidents. There is no mistakes. 1986. This is my last story. I'm growing up in Brooklyn, New York. My Uncle Henry, he is working at the New York Aquarium. And we used to go there all the time. Him and 6 of his friends, they played a lotto all the time, every day. My Uncle Henry says, listen, I got the 6 numbers for the lotto. I'll pick the numbers. Everybody says I put $1 in. What happens? They end up winning $6 million. They won $1 million apiece. But my uncle was playing lotto all his life. So it wasn't by mistake or accident that he hit the lotto, because that was his intention. That was what he was doing. Nobody falls into success by mistake. You put the work in. We got to deal with the insecurities. Level 2 is where you deal with the insecurities. You got to deal with the insecurities at level 2. How do you see yourself? How do you feel about yourself? This is where you get to all the psychological, the emotional clucks, the emotional cobwebs, the emotional, when you taking a laxative and it cleans you out, this is where you spiritually clean yourself out on level 2. You get rid of the old thoughts, the old negative patterns. You get rid of the ways that you used to think, the ways that you used to see things, the perspectives. You get rid of the negativity. You get rid of being conceited or being arrogant. You get rid of those things. You get rid of all those things. You get rid of those things. You take a spiritual laxative and you begin to clean out those things. Why? Because you got to deal with yourself. I can't create my own reality the way that I want to if I'm still dealing with insecurities about myself. I got to be able to deal with those. I got to be able to look at myself and deal with them. The hardest person, the greatest fight you will ever fight in life is the fight with yourself. Everybody that's listening to me right now, you could tell everybody else what they need to do. But very rarely can you stand in the mirror and tell yourself what to do and begin to listen. Because we know what we need to do, but listening and doing is two different things. And we got to be able to do that on level 2. On this level, we got to be able to deal with the insecurities. We got to be able to deal with the things that we don't like about ourselves. We have the ability to be, to do, and to have all of our heart's desires. We have it. So you got to be able to deal with that. Yes, I may not be the most computer person in the world. I may not know about stocks. I may feel a little insecure when it comes to technology and Bitcoin and all those things. Fine. Deal with it. Start learning about those things. Start getting into the knowledge and reading and beginning to learn about those things, because you are dealing with your ability to remove the insecurities. Insecurities are like cancers that can really destroy you. And I don't know why I'm dealing with so much on the insecurities, but somebody needed to hear that. So we got to be able to deal with those things. We got to be able to find the balance and the harmony, begin to tap into our intuition. Our intuition is our GPS. That's going to lead us in this year of 2024. That's going to lead us into 2025 and 2026 and 2027 and begin to lead us on this journey. No matter what direction of life you're going into, you want to make sure that you are connected, that you are in partnership with Divine Mind. I got to stay connected. And what happens is, see, when you talk about relationships and you start dealing with everything that I told you about today, what happens now is that when you get to that place where you start dealing with those things inside of you, what happens is you start to begin, because you will only meet in life what you are. So you've got to spiritually or inwardly deal with yourself on a relationship level in order for it to manifest physically. So some of you are looking for a relationship. You want to find your soulmate. But some of us are not ready. We got work to do. We got to put in work. Because if your soulmate showed up now, it wouldn't be what you want it to be, because there's still some things in you that you haven't dealt with yet. We haven't been able to put the balance together. We haven't been able to put the harmony together. We haven't been able to really tap in and become partners with Divine Mind. All of these things take time, but as you deal with those things, as you deal with your insecurities, a lot of us don't realize as well, we are attracting our insecurities. The very thing you're afraid of, the very thing that you are shy, and those are the things that you're bringing in. Because you're focused on hiding them and you don't want people to see it. But where your attention goes, your power flows. So we got to learn how to shift and make changes and have the patience. This doesn't happen in one day. It doesn't happen in 1 week. This happens in a journey of time. But patience is a virtue. And so, believe it or not, at the end of your journey, you will look back and say, it was worth it all. I wouldn't change anything for what I went through and what I've learned to get to the place where I'm at. We're moving. We're climbing the ladder of mental ascension. We're moving to and from. We're elevating. We're going higher and higher in consciousness. The higher you go, the more you are able to expand and see. The higher you go, you see things that other people can't see. It changes the dynamic of everything. And so we want to make sure that we stay connected and that we utilize these teachings, these insights that we learned today on level 2. This is a great level. I love this level. Level 2 is great. It gets you ready for the world. To me, level 2 gets you ready because everything that you're going to need to deal with the outer world happens on level 2. Because you have to learn how to deal with yourself. You got to learn how to balance. These are the things that needed to make you a master mental alchemist. So important. But like I said, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. If you were blessed by this teaching today, if you really got something out of it, please leave a comment in the chat. Also, if you can share and also like and subscribe to this channel, we will be forever grateful. I want to thank all of you who have also been sowing and giving your donations. We are forever grateful. We do not take it for granted. It helps us to promote. It helps us with so many different things. Those of you that are listening and you want to donate, you want to sow a seed, there are 3 ways that you can do that. We believe in circulation. We believe that once you release something, whether it's finances, whether it's your time, your energy, your effort, once you release something, we believe that it comes back full circle, right? It comes back to its original point of origin, circulation. And so we're working with the $26 seed, the $26. And those of you that want to do that, if you want to do more than $26 and you feel free, please do it. Whatever it is that is laid on your heart to do. If you don't have the $26 and you're saying, I have this, I have that, whatever it is that you want to give, you give it out of your heart. We believe that you will receive the 100-fold return. There's 3 ways that you can do that. The first way is going to be Cash App. It's going to be $TOESC. That's $TOESC. And then we also have Venmo and PayPal. So, Zelle and PayPal. Zelle and PayPal are going to be our email address, which is going to be info, I-N-F-O, at TOESC.org. Once again, that's info, I-N-F-O, at TOESC.org. That is our email address. You can donate through Zelle or if you want to do PayPal. Like I said, we are forever grateful. I want to thank all of you for tuning in on this broadcast. We're going higher. We are on level 3 next week. Invite somebody. Share. Let them know that these are the kind of teachings that will take us to the place where we need to be. These are the kind of teachings that will expand our territory, that will put us in the right place at the right time, that will equip us with the things that we need to be able to have balance in the world where we're going through so many different changes on the physical realm, that we will be strong, have stability and security on the inner realm. And so I want to thank all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. All of you who are constantly coming in and being a part of this, we thank you so much. I always like to say this one thing. Your destiny is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. And I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.